magic markers. She used both hands to brush rainbow glitter off her black overalls. "Herpes of craft supplies," Bonnie muttered, glaring at the glitter that had been left behind. "Gives you a little pizzazz." "I don't do pizzazz." True. Vic's assistant liked straight lines and solid colors, especially black, set off by a sleek, blunt bob. Vic's own style was eclectic. Bonnie sometimes accused her of dressing in all the pieces that didn't sell at the shop, but not true. Mostly not true. "I never thought I'd say this, but Barbie is looking almost pretty next to the thing." Bonnie fluffed Barbie's hair. "Maybe we can use that. We'll just put it next to whatever we're hoping to sell. Once we hit hiking season, all this will go. The trail widows are always ready to shop." Bonnie looked dubious. Time for a new topic. "How's Addison doing?" A question about Bonnie's 13-year-old daughter was always an easy way to change the subject. Besides, Vic wanted to know. "She's still missing Rose as much?" "As much as if she just moved yesterday. Addison and Rose were so tight, and I always thought it was great. But maybe it kept her from connecting with the other girls enough. Last night I asked if she wanted to invite a friend to come to the movies with us, but she said no." "You could bring her the Swammel. I bet that would cheer her up." Bonnie snorted. "As in swan camel?" "Exactly." Vic loved how she and Bonnie were almost always on the same wavelength. She looped her arm around Bonnie's shoulders and gave her a squeeze. "I know it's got to be so hard watching Addison feeling sad and not being able to fix it. I keep telling myself to give it time, and that Addison will eventually get close to some of the other girls. But I remember 7th grade. I remember how cliquey it could be, even though now it feels like they are way too young for all that. What if she never makes a friend ever? Which is how I know she thinks of it. Never ever. I remember how a school year felt so long back then. Summer vacation went on forever. Now..." Vic snapped her fingers. "But there's no way she won't eventually find another bestie. Addison's too..." Vic was interrupted by her brother coming in the door. "Henry!" She rushed over and got one of his patented Henry hugs, so hard it felt like it dented her ribs. "Are you hungry? Have you eaten? Are you tired? Do you want a nap? The drive was long, I know. Or maybe you want coffee? Or something cold? Or..." He held up one hand. "Research shows people are only able to hold 3 or 4 things at a time in their working memory. I've reached capacity." He grinned at her. "But I appreciate the welcome." "It's how she greets me almost every afternoon." Bonnie smiled at him. "I'm Bonnie, the assistant." "I can't believe you two haven't met. Bonnie's been working here for 3 years. It's been too long since you've been home, brother of mine." "Only because we've been doing the annual beach trip," Henry answered. The beach trip where Henry, Vic, and their mom and dad visited both sets of grandparents who'd made the move from Maine to Florida together and gotten side-by-side condos. That trip was never going to happen again. "Well, it's good to finally meet the big-shot Dr. Brother," Bonnie said. "Brother, yes. Doctor, kind of. A PhD, not an MD. Big shot, not so much." He walked over and shook Bonnie's hand. Vic's brother always acted like his accomplishments were nothing. Not like he should walk around bragging all the time, but Vic wished he would just take a compliment without deflecting. Okay, a PhD wasn't an MD, but he'd worked hard for that degree. "I say heading up the community health needs assessment qualifies as big shot." Bonnie winked at him. "Your sister talks about you once in a while." "Vic's always been my cheerleader." He sucked at taking a compliment, but he was always generous about giving one.